To the story now, the Hawks raided the Department of Health in Kimberley yesterday. The crime fighting unit is investigating a number of alleged PPE corruption cases within the department. For more on this now, we're joined by Hawks spokesperson THEBE. Thank you so much, THEBE, for your time this morning. Can you just shed some light in terms of exactly what led to this investigation and the subsequent search and seizure?
Good morning and thanks for having me. Our serious investigation team visited the Department of Health to go and execute a search and seizure operation yesterday. That emanates from the 4 cases that we are investigating here in Northern Cape in relation to PPEs.
So when you're speaking about the cases themselves, THEBE, what can you tell us about those cases? How much money is on the play here, and exactly what are you hoping to find?
There are 4 cases that we are currently investigating with a cumulative amount of 25 million rand. We are of the view, or the investigation team is of the view, that the seized items, which include your hard drives, memory sticks, and external hard drives, will aid them in terms of the investigation.
Who are the suspects at this case? Who are those that have been implicated?
At this stage, we won't be in a position to reveal or to say the suspect. We will, at some stage, reveal them, but not at this stage.
In terms of just, the search and seizure operation, right? Once there's a search and seizure, it means that the matter has escalated to a level where it can no longer be ignored. Talk to us a little bit about the PPE contracts. Was it contracts that were awarded unlawfully? Was it PPEs that were supposed to be delivered and not delivered? Exactly how did it come about that we're having a conversation about 25 million rand?
No, the allegations are that senior officials collided with suppliers and friends and family, where they fraudulently awarded contracts to them, and at some stage at inflated prices.
And the total of that is 25 million?
25 million, 4 cases.
4 cases. And then those health officials that have been implicated, those that collided or went into this, corruption kind of system with the suppliers, what's going on with them? Do you know if they've been suspended? Do you know if they're still at work? Were they there during the search and seizure operations?
At this stage, I'll not be in a position to answer that question. But what I can say is that our team feels that at some stage we will be forced to arrest certain officials or certain owners of businesses that collided with these officials.
How many are we looking at here? How many officials and how many of these suppliers are we talking about here?
We are talking of 3 officials. At some stage last year, we arrested the HOD. Is also part of it. The business owners, don't have those numbers at this stage, unfortunately.
So in this case, whilst this search and seizure operation was being conducted, were those officials at work?
I can't really answer that. At this stage as to whether they were at work, as to whether they also been suspended or whether they are still at work.
Okay, then THEBE, then answer this. After the search and seizure has now been conducted, what are you hoping to achieve? What would then be the subsequent next steps to follow on? Are you hoping to recoup some of the money, or do we hand it over to the NPA? Do we hand it over to the SAPS? What would be the normal modus operandi, as it were, now that this has been conducted?
The expectation is that the seizure of those electronic gadgets will assist police in identifying, say, first, modus operandi, secondly, as to what happened to the money and the exact figure. Because remember, what we are dealing with now, we are dealing with allegations, and we are not sure of the facts in terms of money. We are doing what we call the paper trail of money.
All right, we'll leave it now here at THEBE. I know that you're keeping quite tight-lipped about this case, but it's an ongoing investigation, and I'm sure as the story develops, we'll be shedding some light in terms of exactly how it pans out. Hawks spokesperson, THEBE.